Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, how are you today, Yoshi-san?
So far, so good. How about you?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much for asking, and I'm happy to have you again in my lesson after a while.
Me too.
Were you quite busy?
So busy, but I'm already retired person. So the retired person's life is not so much drastic one. So just routine life, just gentle passing. But especially this corona under the corona disaster, so all the people don't want to go out so often. And that's why we have a very gentle life every day. But recently, we have a very good news for your country. So some women, your country journalists get the Nobel Prize. So congratulations.
Wow. Actually, yes, we are happy about it that one of the reporters here in the Philippines got the Nobel Prize, but unfortunately, she was also very controversial. So, because for Filipinos, it's a great pride and honor to have such prestigious award. But unfortunately, Maria Resa's articles are fake news.
Really? It's so radical one. So
Yes, we are just really surprised. A lot of Filipinos are even angry because a lot of people knows that she is not really worthy of the award.
really, I don't know that
Yes.
kind of situation. So other Japan, some other Japan, so physical researcher get also the Nobel Prize. So all people celebrate him, no conditions. So
Oh.
about your country, and I wonder your president have some comment for that prize.
Yes, that's right. See, it's because Maria Ressa is one of the critics of the administration. So most probably it's because she doesn't want changes in the Philippines. She is in favor of the previous administration, which has a lot of controversies. So a lot of corruption. And when Duterte became the president, there were a lot of changes the corruption got lessened, but then she continuously published war on drugs of Duterte, and she always mentioned that Duterte is the one who's causing the extrajudicial killings. But it's just a fake news, maybe because she is also trying to protect some of the politicians who got involved in the corruption. That's why a lot of people, even for the old credible journalists, criticize her for getting the Nobel Peace Prize, for
Really?
being the winner. Yes.
I don't so thinking of about that situation. So why she gets a Nobel Prize is straight criticized for your president maybe. So and that kind of her conduct, changing the more democracy than the dictator country. So
Yes, they said that it changed. She said a lot. So actually, a lot of people believed in her strategy. They think that she is very brave enough. Unfortunately, all the things she said are just fake news.
Really? So
Yes.
that
So
sounds right.
people didn't realize about that, most especially when it comes to other countries, because they don't know what is happening in the Philippines. They are thinking that this Maria Ressa is brave enough, but unfortunately, a lot of Filipinos are angry with her. So instead of celebrating her success, a lot of people criticize her on social media, especially these days that we believe that it is not really rightful for her to have that such kind of award.
Really, that's a kind of tragedy situation.
Yes.
So most of the
So that's
cases getting the Nobel Prize is unconditional celebration. So for that country, so the most of the country's people proud of getting Nobel Prize.
Getting that award,
Yeah.
because that is very prestigious. But for us, no, we aren't proud of her achievement.
Thank you for your information.
Sad.
I first know that kind of situation, your country's controversial problem. So.
Yes, thank you very much for listening anyway. So for today's lesson request, Yoshi-san, we are going to have the conversational American English. That would be the lesson number 10 at the hospital.
Yes.
Okay, so let's take a look at the exercise number 1. Can you please tell me what you can see from this picture?
Okay. In this picture, I can see the long corridor in the hospital. Corridor's right side, I can notice the 2 stretchers there. So by the stretcher, there's a dripping stand. And that stand setting medical instruments. It must be the recording device, blood pressure or patient's pulse. By the stretcher, in front of the stretcher, there's a nurse station. So, and center of the corridor, very stand out red guideline drawing, and on the white ceiling is hanging the digital watch, and that watch indicates time by red color. So on the corridor, there's one woman walking. She's wearing the sky blue jacket and red pants. If this is a Japanese hospital, she must be the patient.
Okay.
Japanese nurse uniform is completely different. So the older nurse maybe wearing the nurse cap, white nurse cap. But recently the young nurse don't want that kind of cap.
Okay.
That this hospital wall is light pink. So this hospital have some atmosphere, something foreign hospitals. So she must be a nurse, I guess. That's all.
Okay. Wow, that was really an impressive description. I am always in awe because when you give your description, you can really say a lot of sentences and you try to really be imaginative.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've mentioned that it's like a foreign hospital. What is the difference between the walls in Japanese hospitals, Yoshi-san?
It's a costume of the nurse, the difference, and using a color. Maybe some hospitals, child, infant hospital, maybe they're using this color, but the adult hospital don't use this pink colors. So
what's the usual color of the walls?
as more calm, white is the most white and light blue. I don't know exactly. Maybe the Japanese hospitals don't use pink so often.
Understandable. How about when it comes to the nurse's uniform? Is it also white or they use other colors too?
Ancient times, nurse uniform, all the hospital is the same. So the white nurse cap and white clothes, so just white. But recently there is a variety of uniform. Maybe recently I noticed sky blue or also the light pink. And but many cases are still white. So.
Oh, I see. So it's almost the same in the Philippines. It's actually depending on the nurses department. So some uses white, some uses blue, some other use green and pink as well. So you can choose a variety of colors, especially in the modern times. But years ago, everything will just be white, but it can easily get dirty. Okay, and thank you very much. Do you have a question for this picture?
Nothing in particular.
Okay, so let's now read the dialogue. So please do the letter A part. I'll read the letter B.
Okay, do you have an update about Jake's condition?
I talked to him yesterday on the phone, and he said that he's recovering.
Good to know that. How long has he been in the hospital?
Almost 2 weeks. He was really sick. The doctor thought he was going to die.
I think he's very tough and determined to live.
He is, and he also got an excellent care from the hospital. The nurses were superb, and the doctor gave him special treatment.
It should be because that hospital is very popular.
Some of these modern medicines can perform miracles, I think.
That medicine and expert care he received put him through.
I guess so.
By the way, does he have any idea when he can get back to work?
The doctor said that it might be a month from now.
I really miss him. Hope he can go back to the work soon.
So do I. Okay, so let's exchange the roles. Yoshi-san, I'll be letter A, okay?
Okay.
Do you have an update about Jake's condition?
I told to him yesterday on the phone, and he said that he's recovering.
Good to know that. How long has he been in the hospital?
Almost 2 weeks. He was really sick. The doctor thought he was going to die.
I think he's very tough and determined to live.
He is, and he also got an excellent care from the hospital. The nurse was superb, and the doctor gave him special treatment.
It should be because that hospital is very popular.
Some of these modern medicine can perform miracle, I think.
The medicines and the expert care he received pull him through.
I guess so.
By the way, does he have any idea when he can get back to work?
The doctor says that it might be a month from now.
I really miss him. Hope he can go back to work soon.
So do I.
Okay, thank you very much for reading the words clearly and correctly. Any question for this part?
No question, thank you.
Okay, let's do the vocabulary review. And here, you are going to read the words and expressions along with its meaning, and you are going to make an example sentence using them.
Tough, strong. So recently, you know, Japan has a lot of natural disasters, and recently adding the corona calamity. So of course, corona calamity and earthquake, typhoons, heavy rain, and landslide, and floods is really tough, challenging from that damage. That's all.
Oh, wow. Good job for that.
You know,
number two.
recently in Tokyo, so there's a big earthquake. So
Yes, just like Thursday night.
yes, it's so big. So
That's right. So
all people-
even my relatives experienced that. How about you there in your area, Yoshi-san? Were you
my
affected?
area is very far away from the Tokyo, so
Okay.
my areas don't shake. But I'm surprised watching the TV news.
Because that was 6.1 magnitude, right?
Yes.
Oh, very scary. Okay, so let's do number two.
Spa, excellent. So when I was young, I like spring very much. So in Japan, Japanese spring, the cherry blossom is full bloom, all fairs dye the pink, just pink, and ending the severe winters, and spring is full of hope. So, but recently, I like the autumn is best. My age is approaching the near the winters, so but Japanese autumn is so much beautiful. So the mountains are full of spark variety of colors. So not just pink. So that variety of mosaic of colors is so much beautiful, and I perceive many of changing colors. I enjoy it, everything. That's all.
Oh, wow. And also in autumn season, there would be bountiful harvest of different kinds of fruits and vegetables, right?
Yes, definitely.
Wow. That adds to the majestic colors that you can find during the autumn season.
Yeah.
Okay, then number three.
Pull through to get through dangerous or difficult situation. You know, recently the Japanese corona new patients very reduced. So it's under the 1,000 people whole Japan. Peak period is 20 or 30,000 people in the day. So compared with it's that kind of corona disaster, temporary pull through, but I think that it's not ending, just temporary reduced. So I think the fight against the corona last long time. So we can't think after corona disasters, social problem, social life, and economy. So it delays most of the country's schedule. That's all.
Oh, yes, that's correct. So it's really difficult to think about whether we can pull through with this because we don't know when it will end. Because just recently, although the numbers decreases, but unfortunately, because of other people's behavior, it gets increasing again and again, right?
Yes. How about your country's recently situation for corona disaster?
Yes, actually, there are some cities that can have lesser number of cases as months passes by. But in Manila area, since a lot of people are already getting back to work, getting back to their normal lives, actually traveling most of the time. So the number of cases, most especially with the Delta variant, is increasing rapidly.
How about the ratio of the taking the coronavirus?
The vaccine. Like maybe I'm not really sure when it comes to the ratio, but like most probably in Manila area, there are still like 1,000 patients who can get infected just in one day.
How about the taking the corona vaccines rate?
The corona vaccines rate, maybe we are reaching 50% of the population to get vaccinated. There are a lot, yes, there are a lot of sites, a lot of vaccines available. Actually, lately, the people can have the option what kind of vaccine are they going to use, whether it could be Pfizer, Moderna, Sinovac, and a lot more like coming from Russia. And also another one from China, which is the Sinopharm.
Variety of the
yes,
vaccines.
so there are a variety of vaccines. People can already choose what they want, but there are still people who doesn't want to get vaccinated.
Yes, yeah. The same situation in Japan. Some people don't want to take vaccines. And is your country is all free to taking the vaccine?
Yes, it's already, it's for free.
Nice. That's nice.
Yes. Yes, that's nice. And actually, they are maybe like in the first quarter of next year, the government plans to have the 12 years, like 18 years old below to get vaccinated as well, starting from 12 years old.
How about you? You already take a second time of the vaccine?
Yes, I did. So I had my first dose July and August 9th. So I had my second dose last September.
Oh, really? It's nice.
Yes. How about you? Have you already gotten the vaccine?
I already done the June. Early June, I already done.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good to know. So in our case, like because we also have the priority system, so that's why I was able to have the vaccine late September. It's because I belong to the A4 priority. That would mean the working public.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And number 4, please.
Number 3, back on the job, returning to work. So when I get retirement age, so that I want to get back on the job. My company, NTT, recommended me to continue the working after retirement, but I want the interest in the completely different field if I get the work. So I'm interested in the academic field, so the university or museum, etc. So I'm trying to be back on that kind of room. I try get some job interviews. But my age is a big problem, and failed. And after that, I don't have any work. So perfect retirement. So that's all.
Understandable. Wow, thank you so much for making impressive sentences relating to your own experiences. So, since it's already time, Yoshi-san, thank you very much for joining me again today. I am really glad to talk with you again and discuss a lot of wonderful topics. So, I hope you stay safe and healthy all the time, and of course, enjoy the rest of your week wonderfully.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. See you again soon.